With summer right around the corner, it means green grass, blue skies, and of course, rising temperatures. Usually around this time is when you see people making the switch from their furnaces to their air conditioners. But it's not a simple flip of a switch here at Northwest. I met with Energy Manager Dan Boyd to find out what it takes to make the change from heating to cooling.
When the central plant was added, interfacing with what they call two-pipe systems in the building, they can either be in heating or cooling. So to make the switch over, several things have to be done at the chiller plant. The chillers have to be ready to go, which they've been in maintenance for the last several months. The water temperatures have to be right to run through the cooling towers. And then all the piping in the buildings has to get valved and changed over from the heating to the cooling. So really the preparations start when we begin the heating season in fall. That's when we start going through the chiller plant, working on the chillers, getting all the equipment ready to run for next season. As far as the actual switchover process, we start getting the building heat shut off a few days in advance of when we know we're going to start it up. And probably 2 days later, that water temperature is down low enough where we can start chilling that water and using it to cool the buildings.
Missouri's wide-ranging climate creates a unique challenge for this time of year about when to make the switch.
Cooling is kind of second priority to heating, especially in this climate area. We have to worry about freeze protection of all the piping systems in the buildings. It can make a real mess if we don't have heat in the building and we need it. So switching over too early, the first problem we could have is that we hit some cold spell that we're not ready for and freeze pipes in buildings. The second thing is discomfort. We really try to maximize our switchover point or try to base our switchover point on what's going to maximize comfort for the building occupants. So if we switch over too early and then we have several 30-degree nights or 40-degree nights, we don't have any heat in the high rises and places like that, and people will be pretty uncomfortable.
The extensive process leaves some wondering why use a central heating and cooling system as opposed to conditioning buildings individually.
Well, the central system is much easier to maintain than having distributed equipment in each building. When you look at it might be great for the first couple of years, but once you get to the end of the life cycle and you have hundreds of pieces of relatively large equipment out all over campus, it just becomes impossible to maintain.
The official switch for this cooling season will be arriving soon. Until then, Bearcats will just have to make do with a trusty Maryville breeze. For the Northwest Missourian, I'm Aaron Mefferd.